Edge Nation, what up, though? Yes, sir, this is your man, CitizenEdge, coming through with another banging video. If you haven't already, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell to stay updated with the latest and greatest of information. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, so let's get right into it. But hold up. Do you have a holster? Do you want a holster? Does your holster look like this? Do you need a better holster? Then yes, you need better holsters. Look in the link description below whenever you come into the market for a gun holster. Now that will help out the channel greatly. It'll go toward ammo, range time, camera equipment, you name it, making your experience here on CitizenEdge the best ever. Now, before we get into the video, let's do a weapons check because this store right here requires for you to do a weapons check. And you know me, I keep the Glock 17 on me. And unlike any other channel, I keep one in the chamber all the time. Unedited, uncut. Let me put this bad boy right back to where it belongs. And of course, I gotta keep an extra magazine on deck. California, 10 round maximum. Look it up. Look at the link above to get you acquainted with the California ridiculous penal codes. This is a story that just happened today. Now, I want you to comment down below. Tell me what you would do in this situation. I can't give too much detail. Get comfortable, but first, take a minute to subscribe. Did I give you enough time? Well, if I didn't, well, you have plenty of time to do that later on. Let's get right into the video. So, if you didn't know already, I manage an area from Sacramento across the bay to Oakland, San Francisco, and as south as Hayward, San Mateo Bridge, okay? So I got a call today. As the saying goes, you plan, but God is the best of all planners. So I have my day mapped out. I plan to do a video earlier today. I plan to do a lot of work, be productive on both ends, spend time with the family, all that good stuff. But one call, yes, one call changed my entire day. And the call that I received was unlike anything I've experienced. The call was for a belligerent person, okay? So I get the call from the security guard, and this is an armed sight. And this was a female officer, solid female, reliable, well-experienced in the inner city. And the voice, of course, if you're ever involved in an incident which your life is threatened, you're gonna be shook. I don't care what background you come from. I don't care what you've been through in life. When your life is threatened, you're going to be shook, okay? And she was obviously shaken. And I asked her, what happened, I already knew that police had to be called, but I wanted to get a synopsis of what happened so I can, respond accurately to her, but also make sure that she is prepped, at least a preliminary questioning before she speaks to the authorities, okay? But she informed me that there was an altercation or a belligerent. Unfortunately, BMA, for those who don't know, that's black male adult, who went up to the counter at this particular retailer and out of nowhere, unprovoked, start cursing and yelling and berating this female representative, okay, this employee. The female employee was visibly shaken, and moved by this belligerent, large black male adult. And this is from the description given to me by the officer and of course other witnesses. Obviously under the influence of whether it's a narcotic or just not all right upstairs, if you know what I mean. So the armed officer, she saw this. Like I said, she has a great background, real experienced in this area, and let me get this picture right for you, okay? There's a counter, there's a line. Of course, it's a retailer. The male is yelling at the female employee, which is on the other side of the counter. So, like I said, this is the counter. This is the belligerent male. For all intents and purposes, you are the female employee. So the doorway entrance where the post of this officer is going to be to your left, to my right, over there. She sees this irate black male adult with this female representative who's obviously shaken. She walks over to the side behind the counter next to the female employee, just provide some type of sense of assurance, comfort, okay? Of course, they've been working together for quite some time. So tells the belligerent black male adult, hey, calm down so she can help you. Of course, he was unprovoked prior. So when he sees this threat in his eyes, an armed female officer, a security guard, okay, he flips out, saying, you don't tell me to do anything. Of course, he didn't say it in those flowery words, okay? He said, I don't give an F about any of this stuff. And the female guard said, look, you need to calm down so she can help you. Otherwise, you're going to have to leave. He tells her, I'm going to go anywhere, and pulls out a knife. Now, this is a story from the female guard. Like I said, it just happened when I'm talking to her. So this is all fresh, okay? And then pulls out a knife and then charges or lunges toward her, okay? According to her account at that time, she steps back, draws her weapon, now pointing to the individual, telling him, to get out of here, get out of here. So he pauses. He takes some time to walk out of the store. So later on, I'm thinking about the situation. And you already know me, I would have dropped him straight up. But that's not what really moved me. This was the story right when it happened. I told her, you need to call the police. She's obviously moved by this. So she was that shaken by this event where she didn't realize to call the police, okay? So she called the police. So I'm awaiting waiting for the report. I'm contacting all the parties involved, the client's management, my management, HR, just notifying them of that. And I finally got the report. So I'm reading the report, and something tells me, let me try to contact that female representative, see what their perspective was. And at this time, it was a couple hours later, about 2 hours later, okay? So I call her. Of course, I get the manager on the phone, and of course, she didn't see anything because she was on lunch. But then the phone gets passed to the female representative. I find out, she's pregnant. She's still, even hours later, is still shook by the situation, even though she wasn't directly threatened by the knife from the irate male. However, she tells a different story. And this really drew up my antennas. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I want you guys to sign off on and tell me what you would have done in this situation. After talking to the female representative, this is what she says. The black male adult was in line, came up to the counter, was irate, demanding for a product that he didn't place before. He didn't have anything on his person as far as any legitimacy to an angry customer would have, like returning of an item or asking for money back after providing a receipt. Nothing of the sort. He just demanded for a product as if it should be there waiting for him, as if people can read his mind and know what he wants. But he didn't give anybody the opportunity to service him. He just flipped out. It's according to her. Just flipped out and started cursing her out. Seeing this, the female guard walks over on the other side of the counter, standing next to the female representative. Like I said, making her feel good. Giving her some assurance that, what, I got your back. I got my heat on me. It's all good. I got your back, sister. You know what I'm saying? But this is where the stories take a different turn, okay? Nothing against the female officer, like I said, sound, stand up sister, strong. She's better than me, you know, because I would have done something different, but I want to hear your take on it. But let me give you the jewels, okay? According to her perspective, the guy not only pulls out a large blade, I didn't get the number of inches, but it was noticeable. Pulls out the blade, and as soon as the female guard addresses him, he steps over the counter, reaches with his offhand, grabs the guard by the arm, and then swings his other arm with the knife at the guard. He missed. She obviously bobbed and weaved and shook loose and then pulled her firearm. But she had to rack the slide. She had to chamber around. Then she drew on him and told him to leave. He eventually left after several commands to leave. And that was the end of it. Like I said before, she's better than me because I would have done something totally different. I commend her. And this is the very fine line between a security guard and a civilian and a security officer and a police officer. And they're in their own lane, which is damned if you do and damned if you don't. But let me know, what do you think were the positives and negatives, the pros and cons to the situation? To everybody who's a security officer out there, more power to you. Make sure you perform your job in the best of light, obeying all rules and regulations, and let this serve to all the civilians. And a reminder to myself to always stay alert, safe, and smart. Stay ready. Keep one in the chamber at all times. Until next time, Edge Nation, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you ring that bell to stay updated with the latest and greatest information. Looking forward to your feedback. I'm going to do the video on the best concealed carry permit to get, so stay tuned. So tell me what you would have done. If somebody grabs your arm, swings a knife, man, what's up? What's your next move? Now, you got to make sure you give much love to the people that risk their lives trying to make ends meet, trying to feed their families, out here doing the pandemic, out here doing the essential work, and the forgotten people in uniform, the security officers, protecting our essential businesses, our grocery stores, our banks, hospitals, so on and so forth. Hats off to them, you know what I'm saying? All right, until next time, this is your man, CitizenEdge, and I'm out.